In this training, I will show you how to sign 5 to 8 clients per month in your coaching business without a big audience, without posting 5 times a day on Instagram, without doing those bro marketing funnels, complicated launches that is actually making you exhausting, overwhelmed, and still being trapped in the man-made hustle. You want to actually have a proven process that gets you the 5 to 8 clients every single month without you burning out or being stressed every single month. This training is not for you if you have never sold an offer before. And if you don't like using social media to build your personal brand, to show your face, to talk to your people, this training is not for you. This training is also not for you if you don't care about other people's life, about impacting other people's life, right? Like if you're only here for the money, then please click out of this training. This is not for you. This is also not for you if you don't identify yourself as a coach, as a consultant, or as someone who has an expertise and want to leverage that expertise in order to help other people. But this training is for you if you are an online coach, you are an online consultant or an expert, you know you have this expertise and you have been selling your offer and you closed clients before. But now you are looking for simple ways to increase your revenue and your profit. You want to turn your one-on-one into a scalable group offer, right? Like you realize that you have a life and that your business took all your time, but you want to enjoy your life again. You want to enjoy your hobbies again. You want to have more fun and ease. You want to maybe travel this summer for 2 weeks without feeling like, oh my God, how can I get the sales? How will I actually book more clients? If this is you, this training is so good for you because I'm going to show you how to close the 5 to 8 clients every single month. So this training is for you overall. If you want to book out your one-on-one coaching, high ticket coaching, and you want to sign 5 to 8 clients every single month in your group program on Evergreen. So if you're someone, you did launches before and it feels complicated, it feels like exhausting, let me show you a simple way. I am all about simplicity. I'm all about teaching my clients, hey, run a business where you feel excited and you feel optimistic showing up every single day. You don't want to run a business that is taking all your energy and you are energy drained at the end of the day. So let's get into today's training. So I want you to grab your pen and paper and let's get started. I'm going to teach you the Convert Consistent Client formula. My formula that I have perfected over the last 5 years, where I worked with more than 100 women of color coaches and experts. And this is the formula that will get you 5 to 8 clients every single month. But hey, I didn't introduce myself. I am Rajah. I'm a business coach and sales expert for women of color coaches and the podcast host of Anu Talk Show. So I help coaches and experts to be booked out in their one-on-one coaching and launch a scalable group offer using their intellectual property and build the demand for their offer. Everything simplicity. I'm all about simplicity scaled. So let's get into this training. So the formula talks about 3 big pains that are most coaches experiencing. One of the experiences they are having is having this fear of delivery. They are not very confident in delivering the promise they are making. As you know, as a high ticket coach, you are making a promise. So if you want to close more clients online, you cannot have this delivery fear. What if my promise is not achievable? What if I'm talking to the wrong people? What if I will get booked out and then I am burnt out? Like, what if no one understands what I am saying? You have this delivery fear. What if I'm burnt out? What should I do when I have one-on-one clients and I want to actually continue scaling my business, scaling the impact, scaling my time, scaling the client intake I'm getting in my offer, right? The next big problem is you don't have a demand. So which means if you have demand, you get consistent clients, which also means when you are only selling one-on-one, that you have a wait list of people waiting for you to open the program. But if you don't have a wait list, then it means you don't have the demand. And we need to work on your demand creation so that people see you as the leader in the industry, because when you are booked out and when you launch a waitlist, you want to have people in there who are interested to work with you. This is how you know that your marketing is elevated and that your marketing is working. And the last problem a lot of people are having is low conversion rate. No matter if you are still doing sales call or if you're already closing people in the DMs, low sales conversion means that when you are getting on a sales call, that you are still getting objections, that you still people are saying like, I need to think about it, or that still people don't believe in your offer, don't believe in your methods. Because of that, you are having low sales conversion. So let's say your marketing is working, you are getting all the leads, you are getting all the exposure, you are visible, people are talking to you, like talking about you, like, hey, do you know Anu? She's very visible everywhere and she's great, her methods are great. You have done the visibility, but if all my clients are getting on a call and I cannot close them, what is the visibility doing to me? Nothing. So you need to also have like high sales conversion, because currently with low sales conversion, you keep being in the feast and famine cycle. You keep starting at zero because you don't know how to solve this big problem. I always ask someone on a call, if I give you 100 leads today, do you think you can close 100 leads who are qualified? If the answer is no, we need to work on your sales skills as well. Especially as women of color coaches, like we need to always work on our sales skills, because we are the expert in what we are doing in the delivery. We know when someone comes in our offer, they're going to get the transformation. But it's not going to happen if you don't know how to convert them, if you don't know how to keep the sales conversion high. So let's get into what you need to do, right? What is actually the solution for all the pains and challenges that you are having, right? You want to close consistent clients. You want to have like 5 to 8 clients coming in every single month to build the monthly recurring revenue. The first step, the first solution for this problem is delivery certainty. I want you to be so certain in your expertise, in your intellectual property, in knowing how to walk someone through the framework to get from A to B. I want you to be so certain that you know, okay, if I get 100 leads today, I know how to onboard them, I know how to coach them, I know how to get them to the results without me burning out as a coach. And I have like 2 solutions for you. So if you have the capacity right now for one-on-one clients, you need to work on being booked out in the one-on-one coaching container. And then we need to work on as the next to launch your scalable group offer. I'm going to talk about the steps in a bit, so stay with me. When it comes to the marketing side, we want to elevate your marketing, right? We want to use advanced marketing strategies to make you the in-demand leader, to make you the in-demand coach, where people see you and see your solutions as what they need. Currently, maybe you are talking like in your content that your offer and that your coaching is a nice to have. Hey, my friend, in this economy, you cannot actually market your offer, your services as a nice to have. There are still people who are making money. There are still people who need your solution. The bigger the problem, the bigger the money, right? The bigger the problem that you are solving, the bigger the paycheck, okay? And also, I want to tell you something. If you have the feeling like, oh my God, there are so many coaches, I will never be in demand, other people are creating a community, I cannot do that. Hey, wait a second. As long as there are people on this beautiful world, on this wonderful earth, there will always be demand for coaching, for consulting, for your expertise. You just don't know it, how to keep the demand going on so that people are coming in your door and knocking and asking, hey, I want this expertise. I want this framework. I want this method. How are you going to help me? This is in-demand creation. And the in-demand creation doesn't start with the marketing part. It starts with the certainty in your delivery. And you will see how everything is so intertwined and connected. that without the one thing, you cannot build the next thing. So we need to make sure that you are the in-demand leader. And the next step when it comes to your sales, so now you are getting more exposure, right? Now you are being the in-demand leader. People are talking to you in your DMs, they are booking sales call, they want to have your framework. They are like, hey, take my credit card. I want to work with you. As I said before, if your sales conversion on a sales call is low, no amount of leads will help you to get out of your feast and famine cycle, because you are not learning how to use your sales skill to get a higher sales conversion, my friend. And when you don't focus on that, then all the leads doesn't matter, my friend. Now they are like waiting for you, but now you have anxiety to get on a sales call, to actually talk people in the DMs, to sell, continue selling evergreen. Does this make sense? If you have any questions, let me know in the DMs. I can help you out, okay? Also, let's talk about, I'm pretty sure you're like, it makes sense, Anu. Now, give me the juice. Let's get into the juice, okay? So, let me give you the steps you need in order to solve the delivery certainty, okay? So, there are 3 steps that you're going to take in order to actually feel confident and certain about delivering what you are promising. The first thing, what we need to do is we need to actually get clear on your niche. Oh, that was the wrong one. And transformation. So I created, after working with clients since 2020 as a business coach, I created the power of one. So as I said before, when you are in this high ticket space, okay, you are solving or you are selling your offer for more than $1,000, you cannot solve a basic problem. And that is what I'm seeing. So which means if you solve a problem that can be solved with $50, no one will pay you $5,000. But if the problem is big, the paycheck will be big. So the bigger the problem, the bigger the paycheck. And that's why so many coaches are still feeling like they don't have the confidence and the certainty in delivery, because they are still questioning, wondering if the problem is big enough. So the steps you need to take is, hey, get clear on your niche. Okay, get clear on the one big urgent problem you are solving. If there is no urgency for someone to take actions, they won't. That's the problem. And we need to solve the foundational stuff in order for you to turn your one-on-one into a scalable group offer. Get clear on your niche and get clear on the transformation you provide. Always have this in mind. The bigger the problem, the bigger the paycheck. And if you are coming to work with me, you're going to use the power of one. The name is already saying everything. You are choosing one thing in order to stand out, in order to get good at it. Okay, the next one is when you know, okay, this is the urgent problems my ideal clients are having. We need to design your offer and the price. And again, I worked with clients for more than 5 years, and I already have the perfect tools for you. So when it comes to you designing your one-on-one coaching offer, in order to be booked out, in order to create the demand, because the demand in here is just the byproduct. This demand creation in your marketing is just the byproduct, because the demand starts with you designing your offer, with you creating an offer that is built to be in demand. That is built to be in demand. This is so important, my friends. So you have to design your offer. Like when you are looking to book out your one-on-one, we need to refine your one-on-one. Something is not right now. That's why you are experiencing feast and famine cycle. And it also goes back to, we need to look at your price. Do you maybe need to increase your price, or is the offer not being able to sell at this price because it doesn't have a big value, it doesn't have a gap to fill when your ideal clients are coming to work with you? And that's why I created my tool, Pricing for Profit, in order to figure out, okay, so what is actually the value you deliver, and what is the cost of not working with you? Is the cost of not working with you higher, or is the cost higher when they stay where they are at right now? Simple answer. And the last step in the deliver certainty is, we are creating your intellectual property. And for that, I also have a tool which is called the triangle method. So when it comes to creating your intellectual property, it's so important that we are using your story, that we are using your experience and how you helped clients before in order to create the intellectual property, in order to create your frameworks and concepts. So there are so many coaches, you know that, right? But why should someone come to you, and why should you attract more and more and more clients and close them? Why should someone come to your offer? And this is going to be solved when you are creating your intellectual property. Many clients from me, before they work with me, they get clients, but it's not consistent. But once they create the intellectual property, they are getting consistent clients, because they not only know how to communicate what they do, but their clients see them differently. They see them as someone with different frameworks, with different proven process. So if you are a one-on-one coach and you want to build a scalable offer, this is how we're going to transition your one-on-one into a scalable group offer. So you work with one-on-one clients now, right? And you got like more results, you got more people, you get them the transformation. And we will start to actually document how you got them from A to B. And we're going to take that, turn it into the intellectual property, and use that intellectual property to build out your scalable group offer. This is the simple process, my friends. You don't have to overthink how to build a scalable group offer. You don't have to think about launching it and feeling anxiety, where to start, what to do. Just take your one-on-one and turn it into a scalable group offer. Simple. Very simple. I run my business very simple, my friend. Okay, so I hope this helps you to feel more confident in your delivery, because now I'm going to talk about the advanced marketing strategies in order to actually help you to be the in-demand leader. Always have this in mind, the in-demand is a byproduct. It comes from you having the best offer, having the intellectual property to create the demand for your offer. And when it comes to becoming the in-demand leader, you cannot bypass refining your messaging. So your messaging will break or make your business. That's it. If you don't know, if you only, I want you to imagine you have 3 different hats. And if you only have the coach hat on, you won't know how to market your offer. You will end up in coaching people in your content. You don't know how to actually use sales psychology to walk them through the buy cycle. You just don't know it. And because of that, you keep feeling frustrated. Oh my God, I know how to help people. Why is no one coming in my offer? Why is no one showing me interest? Because you are not using your marketing hat and think like the marketing director of your company. Unfortunately, you have all 3 hats on as the CEO of your business. Okay, so refining your messaging so that you are talking and attracting your ideal clients, so that you are talking and getting only qualified quality leads on a sales call, so that you have 80% or more sales conversion. So refining your messaging, I have a tool. I have for everything, I have a tool, 5-star messaging method. So if you want to learn more about my 5-star messaging method, I actually created a podcast episode on it. I think it was one of the first episodes. So on my podcast, Anu Talk Show, you can find how I use the 5-star messaging method to help my clients to refine their messaging so that they come out of this crisis. Like once you refine your messaging, you don't think about touching the messaging ever again. So, and then we go to demand creation. So once your messaging is done, we need to actually look into, okay, how can we get the demand creation going on, right? How can we generate leads with demand creation? So this part is everything about generating leads, getting more people, like being more visible, like having more exposure so that your genius, your expertise is not hidden anymore. If you want to turn your one-on-one into a scalable group offer and you want to coach 15, 20 clients at the same time, you need the clients inside the program. In order to get the clients, you need to have more exposure. And with that, I will teach you inside this phase how to use my content matrix to create sales psychology content. So when it comes to sales psychology, it is so important for us to talk to buyers who are looking for solution right now. If you keep talking to people who are not aware of the problems, who are not aware how you can help, you can never close them. You can have 100K followers and no one will actually buy. But if you use sales psychology in the smart way, you will know how to walk your buyers through the cycle to help them to make a decision. And the decision is whether, hey, let's get on a call. Hey, let's continue having this DM conversation. Or they say no, or they say maybe later. But that's a decision that they're going to make. So you need to know how to create sales psychology content to increase your demand, to increase your exposure so that you are not the hidden expert anymore. Because when I always ask my clients, hey, who here feels like they can get the clients results? They love working with clients. They know once someone is in the door, they're going to actually change someone's life. And everyone actually raises their hand. But the problem is they don't have the exposure, and that's why they only close here and there clients. But if you want to continue closing consistent clients, you need to have more exposure and you need to know how to walk a buyer through the cycle to get the yes, to make them a decision. And with that, we go to the last part, which is the high stakes conversion. So this is the only system, the only simple, repeatable system that you need in order to close your 5 to 8 high ticket clients every single month in your one-on-one or in your scalable group offer. So I recommend my clients to work with a few one-on-one clients before they turn the one-on-one into a scalable group offer so that they have like the coaching skills, they know how to get the clients the result. When it comes to high sales conversion, you need to know how to have DM sales. You need to know how to talk to people in the DMs. You need to know if someone comes from sales psychology content, how to talk to them in order to actually get them on a sales call. Because if you don't know how to DM people, if you don't know how to talk to leads, if you don't know what to say, when to say it, then you're going to lose the sale. You're going to always lose the sale. And you need to know how to have conversations with your leads. The next one is sales call conversion. So every lead that is coming into your sales call, you need to know how to convert them. And I want to help you, no matter if your sales call conversion is at 30%, I want to help you to increase it at minimum 80%. Because you are doing all the hard work in this part and hard work and putting yourself out there and talking to ideal clients and, creating sales psychology content and increasing your visibility. And if you are losing them in here, that's very painful. And you don't have to lose people on a sales call because this lead made the decision to get on a call with you because their pain is very painful and they want to get out of it. And you need to know how to have sales call. You need to actually increase your conversion, which means you need to look at what is working, what is not working, what can I improve. And a sales call is a skill you need to improve over and over again. Over and over again, my friend. And the last one is sell on evergreen. So what I teach on Sell on Evergreen is let's create a lead magnet for you that is going to actually sell for you all the time. That is going to sell for you 365, 24/7 on Evergreen. Whether it is to get them on a one-on-one until you are booked out, or we are actually getting them into the scalable group offer. Because selling Evergreen is the next thing you need in order to convert consistent clients. So my friend, there you have it. This is the simple, the repeatable framework formula you need to convert consistent client. So if this was helpful, let me know in the DMs. Let's talk about where are you stuck? What was very helpful? What is the biggest lesson that you are taking with you? And I hope this was helpful. So talk to you in the DMs. Bye.